Look for chapter 94. This story is based in Melbourne. Oh shit. If I expose the site or area, I know the islanders in Melbourne would click on. Oh fuck, I'm so scared. There's this girl I know. She used to stalk this guy on Instagram back then, around 2020 to 2021. And this guy has a wife and kids. She used to always watch the wife stories on Instagram. Am I the wife? Long story short, the guy and the wife separated. Oi, nah. The guy came to our church games and this girl saw him. After church games, everyone was walking to their cars and I saw her run up to the guy and introduced herself. A few days later, she started dating this married man, inviting him over to her house and everything. But they had to keep their relationship on the down low. They went hiking together and took photos as a cute couple at Yu Yang's Regional Park in Geelong. Went to Q Room for Swiss's concerts together, but not together because they were low-key about it. She would spend money on this guy. She was all in on it and wanting to marry this guy, but he's already married. She booked an Airbnb for the weekend at the city. They went swimming together and then went to their room and did the bad things, and later on they broke up. I'm curious to know how you know so much detail. Come to find out they were related. Because they spoke on Instagram back in 2020 or 2021 about being family, the guy never really looked at her like that. That's why this girl wanted to keep their relationship on the D-low because of their families. She is this perfect Tongan daughter that does the taualungas to represent their family, has a good job as a travel nurse. She's all about image and can't bring shame to their family name, especially to her parents. Well, not after today, I think. The guy wanted to keep her on the down low because of the wife. They were still processing their divorce at the time. Her TikToks probably pops up on your FYPs with her dances because she's pretty famous on TikTok for her dances. She's pretty known in her area as well. Moral of the story, go do your family history and make sure you meet all your families because some families out here are dying to do the bad things with their own cousins. On a scale of 1 to Titanic. This is Magua in the club, we all fam, says shits. Next one. Back in March, this guy added me on TikTok. Let's call him Horsey. Horsey messaged me on TikTok asking if I was single. I said yes. Me and Horsey were talking every day for a month and all he talks about is the Bible and his parents. Horsey is really freaky, and I mean he's really freaky. He asked me if I wanted to come over and chill and I said yes. I got to his house and we were just watching movies and I was waiting for him to make the first move because I was ready to do the bad things. I fell asleep and I felt something so sweet and salty in my mouth. I woke up and we did the bad things. He was so elo at it, I didn't even last 3 minutes in bed. It was so bad my muli was so sore from the floor and not from his small bolos. I went home and broke up with him because I just can't last with him. A month goes by and I met this other guy. Let's call him Horsey number 2. So Horsey number 2 and I started talking for 2 months and he asked me if I wanted to go to the movies with him and I said yes. Horsey number 2 picked me up and he paid for everything. He was such a gentleman. After the movies we went to his house and tell me why his house looked so familiar, but it was so dark so I couldn't make out where I've seen this place. We walked in and he took me to his room and we watched this movie but also created our own movie. If you know, you know. I don't know. We did the bad things. We lasted 6 rounds and I couldn't even walk, talk, move or go ki'o. He went to kiss me and his brother opened the door and his brother was going to say something until me and him made eye contact. Sis, tell me why I was staring at Horsey number 1. Can you tell me why? Everyone was silent and Horsey number 2 asked his brother what he wanted and told him to piss off. Horsey just looked at me, then his brother and said, nah, you're fucked. Horsey number 2 asked me if I was okay, then I told him everything. He was shocked, but just laughed it off and said, who cares, you're with me now, so it's okay. I went home after the incident, and while I was on my way home, I got a notification from Horsey number 1 saying he wanted to catch up. I told him he can come over, and he did. The same Horsey that you said was Elo. Horsey told me that Horsey number 2 had heaps of Beckies, and I was shocked. I thought he was lying, but something inside of me told me he was telling the truth. A week later, I went over to their house and I told Horsey number 2 what his brother told me. He said that his brother was lying and he tried kissing me. He then left to go get food, and this gave me the opportunity to go through his phone. Tell me why I saw my best friend on his contact. My best friend Rachel had told him to not let anyone know about their relationship. Wait, is that her real name that you just used? When horsey number 2 came back home, I confronted him and I left. I went to my best friend's house, but she wasn't home, but her man was. I wanted to get revenge, so I did the bad things with him multiple times. What? We kept sleeping with each other, then lost contact, and I went back to horsey number 2 and we talked it out. We did the bad things right after the talk, then stopped after that day. I found out I was pregnant, but didn't know who the baby daddy was. I said it was my best friend's man and not horsey number 2, because on that same day I found out he got my best friend pregnant. Girl, makwama losia le moise se sol.